everyone, welcome back to Adobe Live. I'm here with the wonderful Sarah Bell. Welcome.
Thank you.
Yay!
It's good to be here.
Thank you, chat, for sticking with us all day. This is the first day of our 3-day vector art extravaganza. And I think this stream is kind of the craziest vector art that we're going to get into. Chat, we're going to be working with map making, cartography. How else would you describe it?
Yeah, cartography, map makings.
There you go. Cool. So Sarah works.
Hi, Daniel.
Hello. Yes, lots of friends. Jordan says hello.
Hi, Jordan.
Yay. Someone just said, like, I'm super excited for this stream. Hi, Sarah and Kathleen. What's up, Laura? So
I'm excited too.
Yeah, right. This is your first time live streaming.
This is my first time live streaming.
So chat.
Of any kind, so.
Be on your best behavior, please. We might pop over onto my screen so we can kind of give you a little bit of background about what Sarah does. You work for a company called Esri, right?
That's right. I work for Esri.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Maybe you can explain a little bit like what that does, what's the magic behind it?
Yeah, Esri is very magical. We do mapping software of all sorts. We do drone software. We do.
That's cool.
Yeah. If you want to make a map of your property and fly a drone up there, we do GIS software, so Geographical Information Systems, which is what I studied at Wisconsin. Go Badgers! And so we do all sorts of software.
Oh, cool. Jesse says he lives down the street from Esri near Redlands, California.
Oh, yeah. Cool.
Nice job. Oh, my mom's in chat. Hi, Mom. Ann Kirker. Be nice to her, everybody.
Nice.
How's it going? So this is kind of a collection of beautiful maps that may or may not have been made with ArcGIS, right? On this Maps We Love site?
Yep, that's right. So, yeah, Esri kind of is able to go out and find some of these awesome maps that a lot of them have been made with Esri software. Yeah, and they're really beautiful. Yeah, that 5 years of drought. I think that's a John Nelson map. He's a really good cartographer who's also at Esri. Yeah.
Very nice. Oh, we have a hello from New Zealand. What's up, Mark?
Wow.
How you doing? Very cool, chat. Make sure you are sticking around because this isn't just an educational stream. You also get a little bit of bang for your buck. We will have a giveaway thanks to Esri. They are going to provide an amazing giveaway for us that's a little bit different from the posters that we usually give away. And there's also a contest. So if you have been watching the streams already today, you know that there's a contest of creating your own emoji. So that was kind of based on Julia's stylization from earlier. All you have to do is create an emoji using Illustrator. Make sure that you created it today, and you could win a free year of Creative Cloud, which is dynamite. Amazing. Ooh, Ryan says that he uses this stuff at work. Awesome that you are doing this.
Oh, cool.
Nice. Ryan, what do you do? What is your work? Let us know. Cool, so maybe we can hop over into your screen and you could talk a little bit about your background, how you became a cartographer, because it seems like you have kind of a colorful past.
Sure.
Forest ranger?
Park ranger? Yeah, park ranger for the National Park Service. I am from Washington State. I live in Bellingham, Washington, and I was a park ranger at the North Cascades National Park.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it was great, and I love Washington State. I don't know if you can see the back of my laptop. I have a little Washington love on there.
Woo woo.
But yeah, so I was working with all of these wonderful scientists at the park who were studying glacial recession and climate change and bear biology and everything. And they were using, Washington State, they were using Esri software. And I was like, well, if I want to make this a permanent gig, I'm going to have to learn GIS. So I went to the University of Wisconsin, and they actually have a really great cartography contingent of the geography department. So
cool.
I fell in love with cartography and have stuck with it ever since.
Oh, I'm glad that you liked it.
I love it.
Even though you're just kind of trying to do it as a career move, but it ended up being your passion.
Yes, definitely. So.
Nice. So for Esri, what exactly is your day-to-day life like?
For Esri, I work on this extension that we're going to look at today. It's a mapping extension in Illustrator, and it allows you, so we do software, but we also have what's called ArcGIS Online, and it's like our cloud GIS software, I guess, our online software.
Cool.
So I'm going to show how you can access all of that where you have data. We call it data, but when you download it in Illustrator, don't let the word data scare you.
It scares me.
Yeah, it's just going to be artwork, vector and raster artwork.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, and so at Esri, I do a lot of that. I also get to work with clients, Esri clients, helping them make mapping solutions. Sometimes I'll do just hundreds of symbols for them, you know, map icons, and sometimes I'll just tell them, you know, what are the best colors for what you're trying to say. I do a lot of data visualization. Yeah.
Nice. And Inuk, you're wondering if we are able to replay the stream at any time, so go check out the Creative Cloud YouTube channel. As soon as the stream is over, you can watch it. It's pretty much instant, and you can watch previous streams, and future streams will be up there too. And make sure that you're subscribed here on Behance so you know when we're going live. Awesome. Pauline says she downloaded a bunch of huge files a couple months ago and couldn't figure out how to see them, and you just deleted them all yesterday. Were they map files? Let us know, Pauline. Let us know if we can help.
Curious.
Awesome. So I've never seen this extension or plugin before. I'm excited to see what it looks like even.
All right. Sure. Me too. Let's look at it. So if you haven't opened, I'm in Illustrator right now, and if you haven't opened up extensions before in Illustrator, you just go to Window, and then the flyout menu will show you all the extensions that you have. And on this machine, I have ArcGIS Maps for Adobe Creative Cloud. So when you install it, you can find it in where you find extensions for Adobe.
Nice.
Yeah, you just find it and open it. I've already opened it, so it kind of like has decided to go to the United States. But but it usually gives you here. Should give you a sign-in sheet. Sorry. Yeah.
That's all right.
So this is what you see when you usually first open it. You can do a complimentary access, and you can also sign into your ArcGIS Online account. So this is how you would find hosted data, more or less. So you can curate your own data map vectors, or you can find some that other people have made publicly available. And Esri has made a lot of it available. So I'm just going to sign into my account.
Nice. And Laura, yes, this is an extension that you can download for Creative Cloud. It's a pretty large and expansive, kind of robust extension, so I'm excited to see how it even works.
Yeah, so how it works is right now what you're seeing is ArcGIS Online. You're seeing the web. We're connected to the internet, and this is basically an online map. And it gives you these 3 tabs, the map boards, the compilation, and the processes tabs. And then the map boards tab, so I'd like to ask the chat, even the designers, not the cartographers, if you've ever had to make a map before. This kind of makes it fun and easy.
Yeah.
So
no, there's a little bit of a delay, like 10 seconds. So I'm sure in like 10 seconds people will be like,
yeah, I've made a map. Yeah, sure.
I have never, I don't think.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay. Yeah. Yes.
Yes, this is complicated. Ooh, data.
Whoa.
Well, when you make a map, sometimes you might just be saying, I want a map as a background. It doesn't really matter where it is. But sometimes, like if you're working for a media outlet, or you're making a brochure of something, yeah, or fake map for treasure hunts.
Yeah, nice.
But you need to know where the extent is, and so there was this article that came out in August, and it was Expedia's top 10 destinations for Labor Day.
Gotcha.
And it was all the destinations in the US that had the most flights to it. And so if I were to make a map of that, I would know it would have to be in the contiguous United States. So I would just define my map area with this map board tool over, oops, sorry, I dragged it off the screen, over the United States. And I would give it a name. So I would name it top 10 destinations. And I'm going to say, we have this nice little drop down. So if you know you are doing it for mobile, you can choose from those dimensions. You can choose print. Let's say you wanted to do a tabloid, but I know for sure, oops, sorry, I want to do it 1920 by 1080 for a slideshow.
Cool.
And you can also decide the scale, so like 1 inch equals 10 million and some inches here. And then there you go. So now that I've defined the map area, you go over to the compilation window, and this is where you can sort of add your artwork to your map that you're going to download in Illustrator. So I'm zooming in. Sorry. And this is sort of the what you see is what you get compilation that you're going to download in Illustrator. Let's see. Oops, I'm sorry. That is near my home.
Pretty.
Oops. Can't find it.
Where you at?
Bye. want to just show you really quick. This is not hard to do. You can make a CSV file in Excel or any notebook or whatever.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so I just have this. These are the top 10 cities. I have the rank and the city. So New York gets a 10 because it's the highest. So we're going to pull from that rank in this extension that I'm about to show you and make the graduated symbol or the circle size based on that rank column. So then I'm going to start adding data. So there's 4 ways you can add it. You can add layers, which is just basically like searching online and finding layers. If you always are making a map in San Francisco, you can have a compilation of maps, and that's what this overwrite from map is. We call them web maps on ArcGIS Online. You can add places, so I could say, let's just do universities. And
universities, plural.
Yeah. And then, you get all the universities in your extent, and I could say add all, or I could just choose some. But I'm going to add layers.
Ooh.
Yeah, so kind of, this is, usually there's 3 columns, but now there's 2.
Of course.
So, yeah. So I know I want the U.S. states. This is a map for like an online publication, right? It was going with the top 10 destinations article. So it doesn't have to be too complicated. It's not a navigation map. Yeah, and then we also want countries because we have Canada and Mexico there.
Nice.
And then add that.
Ooh. Mary Rose wants to know, while you're waiting for that to load, can you use local data with this extension?
Oh yeah, you can. I will show you that
Perfect.
CSV file that I made. I'm going to load that in a second. And we also have there's a map file extension called shapefiles. You can add those too.
Cool.
Yeah, and what I'm doing right now is I'm adding the Great Lakes. I think it's Lakes World, if I don't find it.
There's so many different little names. I'm like, what do all these things mean? This is so cool.
I think this is the right layer. Oh, good. Yeah.
Perfect.
So, and I'm gonna add the lakes because the U.S. and Canada look really weird when you don't have the Great Lakes kind of separated. You kind of aren't gonna know what you're looking at.
It's like a big piece of bread.
Yes. And you can reorder here. Whatever order this is in is going to be the order of your layer structure in Illustrator.
Oh, so it's truly layers.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
Truly layers, yeah. Oh, I was watching Adobe Live this morning, and it was great. And I noticed a lot of people were talking about not using layers, and I was like, wow, because in GIS, if you were to do a Google image search of GIS, I think you're going to mostly get like pictures of just layers, because in geography you're always thinking about layers. So I was like, wow, how do they do that? It's amazing they don't think about layers.
Interesting.
Yeah. So and you can add labels to your data. This comes in as a labels layer in Illustrator. So I just give it state names, needs some labels. World countries I don't need to label. And lakes I don't need to label. Now I'm going to add that CSV file that I showed you. And where is it? Top 10 CSV. Hit open. And now they're bright green. They're a little hard to see. Let me make them a different color. So really quick, just make them, how about this intense fuchsia?
Very nice. You really know your way, like in and out of all of these menus.
Right, yeah. It's I've done this a billion times, but
actually,
one thing to note is that this isn't where you do the design. You do that in Illustrator. The whole purpose is to get some data here, get it close to usable, and then you get your labels and you get if you're doing data visualization, get that set, and then go nuts in Illustrator. So speaking of data visualization, remember I had that rank column? You can choose that column right here.
Oh.
And you see now the circles have changed to orange, but they've also changed in size relative to their rank column. I'm going to make this a bigger size. And then I'm also going to give them labels. So yeah, we have them all there. And just for fun, I'm going to also change this color because everything is orange right now. I can't handle it.
Very bread-like. Everything looks like bread to me. Not sure why.
That's awesome.
Cool.
Okay, so now I have a map that I can download and turn it into something that I can put in a slideshow or on the web. And to do that, I just click this download button. And so it's going to take a little while. What it's doing is it's building a map online and then pulling it back in Illustrator and repackaging it in a really usable layer structure. So it does take a little bit of time.
Oh yeah, that's okay. We can answer some questions while it does that. Daniel is wondering if you can use like made up places, like in Game of Thrones or Middle Earth, like if you wanted to make a map for a book.
That's a good question. As far as I know right now, this has to be based in real geography because it needs coordinates.
Yeah, it's like you would have to make up where it exists.
Exactly.
Yeah, but that would be really cool, you know?
Yeah.
Esri, you out there? You hearing this? And maybe while it is rendering, I can tell you all about the awesome giveaway that Esri has provided. So this is going to be a random giveaway by Esri. The ArcGIS online subscription is going to be given away in about 45 minutes. So you will get a free online subscription to ArcGIS, and you have it through the end of the year. So that is December 31st, 2018. And then also the winner will be receiving a physical copy of Cartography Period, which is Esri's upcoming book. The book is set to release roughly in late June, early July timeframe. And this book outlines the principles of cartography and is beautiful. I agree. Look at that. Already. Very cool.
Yeah, a lot of beautiful maps in there.
And if you do not win the giveaway, do not worry because there's also just a free gift that Esri would like to provide for you. It is a free ebook. You can download it from Esri at www.thearcgisbook.com. And it's 10 big ideas for applying the science of where. It's 180 pages, and it's yours for free. So even this front map is really beautiful already. Yeah. Wow.
That is beautiful.
Look at it and wonder. So that is yours for free. All you have to do is go to the link provided. I'm sure Adobe Live team can post the link in the chat. Yes, thank you for doing that. And in 45 minutes, someone will win a free subscription to ArcGIS and also Cartography Period, which is really amazing and beautiful too. Yay! People are saying, so nice, thank you. I would like this book. Yay. Thank you, Esri, for providing that awesome giveaway. How's your map doing?
Okay, it's done. It's downloaded, right?
I filled the time.
It still looks like red because all of the colors are remembered from the web and installed in Illustrator.
Red map.
Red map. And one thing to note for the people out there who have used GIS and mapping before, this is in the web Mercator projection, and projection is just because we live on the globe, we have to put it on a flat surface, and it's all mathematical.
Wait, the Earth isn't flat?
No.
No.
Yeah, you heard it here first. But yeah, so if you wanted to, we have, I think, over 100 projections you can choose from. So if you have a local projection that you're using, or you could do the United States in sort of the nice smiley Albers equal area projection. So anyways, here we are. And let's see what we have. We have all of these layers that came in, and it's all organized. So yeah, working with layers. I'm going to turn off this. Oh, well, you know what? Let's look at it. You do get this raster base map, and you can choose from a bunch of different ones. But if you didn't want to make a base map yourself, you can use a raster one. That's fun. You also get scale bars if you need them. I'm not going to use them for this map. And then you also get the credits come down. They come automatically downloaded, and it's always good to credit the data that you are using in your map.
Cool. So what do you mean by that? Where is the credit?
Sure. So like if I was adding data that was hosted by the city of San Francisco, I would want to, it's like using somebody's font. You want to give them the cred.
Totally.
And also you can say, hey, this data was verified by the city of San Francisco. So
it's like a stamp of approval.
Right.
Totally. Yeah. And I think it was Diego up above was wondering, they've never seen this kind of software before. Like, how would a layman use this? Like someone who's not a cartographer?
Sure. I guess in the same way.
Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah.
If you ever want to make any kind of map, super easy way to do it.
It's super. We have a lot of great documentation. If you go to, if you just like Google ArcGIS maps for Adobe Creative Cloud, on Esri's website, we have a lot of good documentation for how to use this.
Nice. And you might also get some tips from that free ebook, 10 Big Ideas for Applying the Science of Where. It's free for you. There's links in the chat, so maybe you could check that out and see how you might want to become a cartographer.
Yeah. And you know, it's pretty cool. I was really excited to do this because cartographers, we get trained in how to do design and mapping. And it's nice to have designers who aren't trained, like with a different perspective, and see they approach it in a different way, and it's really creative and it's very inspiring. So yeah, I'm excited to see if anybody has any maps to share.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we can just go ahead and start styling this if we wanted to.
Cool.
Because obviously this isn't a finished product. It looks like bread. So
with purple, pink mold.
I'm gonna show you a trick that I do to instead of using this base map. I'm gonna make my own ocean up.
Ooh.
So, yeah. Just create a new layer.
Oh, Jenna, that's interesting. She says that police departments use it to track crime where they live. Interesting.
That is interesting. So I'm gonna duplicate the world countries, actually make it visible. Sorry, not ocean, sorry.
No, you're fine. And Paul's wondering if you can add contour, like topographic lines.
You can.
I'm sure you can. It's just another layer,
Yeah.
probably.
I'm hopefully going to get to a map and to show you that as well. Pathfinder, sorry.
Good.
I don't know where anything is because I'm live streaming.
Even though your brain just goes empty.
Right. So now I have this blank ocean layer. I'm going to draw a square inside of there. And I've duplicated... Okay, I can't handle any more orange.
No more bread, please.
Like ocean, somewhat ocean colored. Okay, now I'm gonna punch this out, and we could just leave it like this, but I'm gonna actually use the punch out of the minus front, so I can give it a little bit of a glowy coastline look.
Ooh.
Yeah, let's see.
Oh, what's up, Leon? Welcome, Mudflap. I don't know if you can see. Oh, wait, I'm using my different computer. I had your sticker posted up right here. Everyone could see it. Sorry. Megan was saying that they spent hours creating maps, so this is really interesting to them.
Sweet. What kind of maps, Megan? That's awesome.
Let's see. They gave a link. Let me see if I can pull it up. Ida's World, why don't you have my stickers? I didn't know you had stickers, my friend. That's cool.
So the States.
Ooh, I like those colors already.
Thank you. Yeah, I like to base, you know, the States are really the focus of this map. I like to make them stand out a little differently than the rest of the countries. So whatever we land on here, it's a little green.
Cool.
Yeah, we need some boundaries.
Oh, this is Megan's map that she was talking about that she made. This is Fort Pierce, Florida on my screen. Let's see. Very nice. So we have some experienced cartographers in chat.
Oh, that's awesome.
Crazy colors.
See, designers make the best maps.
I love these color schemes, Megan. Nice job. Cool. Anybody else in chat ever made a map before? And like, would you be willing to share what it was? I know a lot of you said yes, and it was really difficult, but I want to know the details.
So, there's this fuchsia. I'm going to change those colors.
Yay.
Let's see.
And while you're working on that, I'm going to open up some contest entries that we didn't get to show last stream. So let me get a couple of these open. I'm never making a map, OMG. Yeah, did you say that you got sick of making maps in high school? Was that you? I'm sorry maps hurt you. Who hurt you, Iadis?
Man, I wish I got to make maps in high school.
Yeah, right? Oh, thanks, DK. David Cassendick in the house. How's it going? Happy New Year. Anton wants to know, what are we doing? I'm not doing anything. What are you doing?
Yeah, Anton, we are looking at software called ArcGIS Maps for Adobe Creative Cloud and how you can make maps with it in Illustrator.
There you go.
Good question.
Ooh, Sarah makes site maps for events, so using Google Earth to pull in 3D view of the area and then draw all over it in Illustrator.
Super awesome.
Yeah, what kind of event, Sarah? I'm interested to know. Ida says that their 9th grade teacher ruined your experience with maps. Do tell.
Wow.
I think we can heal this situation. We can have a little healing moment. So they just stick to illustrating shoes and people. That sounds more up my alley, Iadis. I'm glad we have that in common.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Give mapping a try again.
Yeah, why not? I think you're right. It can be a really creative and beautiful thing.
Yeah. You know, I mean, it sounds cheesy, but space is a very personal, emotional thing. We all live somewhere, so being able to like connect with it through design is kind of fun.
Mm-hmm. That's interesting coming from you, because I feel like you love Washington, but you spend a lot of your time away from it.
Yes.
So it's like maybe even more sacred to you.
Right.
Yeah.
This is true.
Mm-hmm.
I spend half the year in Kentucky, which is a great place, and it's full of awesome geographers and cartographers.
Cool.
So that's been really a lifesaver for me. But I do miss home when I'm out there.
Mm-hmm. It's a little flat. Well, it's not too flat. Flatter than Washington, probably.
Yeah, you know, there's the Red River Gorge and there's the Appalachians.
Right. Isn't there a city in Kentucky that is like built in a crater? That's an interesting thing for a cartographer.
Yeah. I don't know.
I did a project on that in school. I'll try
Oh, that's
try to
cool.
find it.
Yeah, Kentucky's sort of a new thing for me, so I'm still learning.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Phyllis, yes, you can definitely watch this again. As soon as the stream is over, go to the YouTube Creative Cloud channel, and you can watch it ASAP. As soon as we end the stream, it is uploaded there. Yes, Middlesboro Crater in Kentucky.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought that was the chat. That you just found that.
Oh.
Nice going, chat. I'm just choosing colors. Ooh, it looks different up there.
Ooh, Juan also made clean line maps for a new nationwide restaurant chain on the back of each location's brochure. Oh, nice.
Sweet.
Very cool.
I'll lighten this up.
So how do you go about choosing colors? Is it just kind of, this looks good?
Yeah, usually not like this. But yeah, for me, colors, just like choosing the right font is very much I go back and forth, go back and forth, go back and forth. I could spend all day just looking at fonts until they all kind of mesh together.
Yeah.
And to be honest, so when in data visualization, there's a guy named Edward Tufte. He's kind of the king of data visualization, and he has this concept called data ink ratio. So it's getting to the message because you're communicating data in maps and in charts, and you want to use as little ink as possible or vectors or colors to get the message across, because it has to be easily legible. And so in this map for top 10 destinations, I wouldn't necessarily label the states.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Totally true. And that goes back to even making emojis like Julia was talking about earlier. Like, how simple can you make this shape to keep it recognizable but not cluttered? How can you get your idea across the quickest in a visual manner?
Let's try this.
Ooh, Mark Gillespie mapped the distribution of street name origins in Biloxi. Interesting. So there's a lot of cartographers in here.
Really fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going. See, this is my font choices, like I was just describing. It is in progress right now.
Nice. I like that.
See, Futura is a easy, quick go-to.
Mm-hmm. Always looks good.
So many to choose from. I'm gonna go with this, and I'm gonna actually make them all caps, because why not? And different color. So I draw a lot of my inspiration from old maps, and not like the, I mean, also the really old maps before they even knew, like, if land was beyond a certain point.
Yeah.
But I'm talking old, like, from the 1800s to, like, the 1960s.
Yeah. Didn't you bring some with you?
I did.
Are they that old? Is that what you're getting to?
No, but I was just going to say, like, they didn't have GIS software. But they were making amazing maps, so, and they didn't use a lot of color, but to me, they're just way more intriguing to say, you made this beautiful map using 3 colors. Like, it's awesome.
Yeah, agreed. Idas, Adobe does not hate you. Promise. We're friends.
I like you, Idas.
Sarah likes you, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, so also we have this software called ArcGIS Pro, and you can push out data viz. You can push out charts and graphics. And
cool.
I made one here. It would be going against Tufty's sort of reducing the amount of ink you put on, because it's kind of redundant. But there is this bar chart, and I'm going to add it to my map for fun.
Just for fun.
Yeah.
Phyllis, yep, there is a subscription cost, and I think you can find out more about it on the website if you search ArcGIS for Adobe Creative Cloud. More info there, but there will be a giveaway in about 30 minutes, so one lucky winner will win a free subscription for the rest of the year until December 31st, 2018. They'll also win a physical copy of Esri's soon-to-be-released Cartography Period. It outlines principles of cartography and is beautiful. Seriously, it's a huge book. It's like tons of pages, beautiful photos. And if you don't happen to win that giveaway, don't worry. There's also a free ebook that everybody in chat has access to right now. Yes, it is on screen right now. The ArcGIS book, 10 Big Ideas About Applying Geography to Your World. And there is a link in chat that will pop up, or you can go to www.thearcgisbook.com. Enjoy it. Take advantage.
Yeah, so I like to do a lot of the element building off the artboard.
Oh, yeah.
I think a lot of people probably...
We were talking about that earlier, Julia and I. It feels like less permanent. Like, I can mess it up over here. It's okay.
I have a lot of maps. If you go into my Illustrator files, you could zoom way out and just be like, it's sort of the history of what I was thinking throughout the process.
Totally.
But we're going to kind of make this fit in a little bit organically with the coastline here. And this is not raw values. So this isn't, New York is a certain number of visitors, even though it is. This is really just 1 through 10 ranking.
Yes.
So
Makes
so
sense.
I'm not, if you saw me skewing that, it's not really skewing the story.
That's true. You definitely have to think about that, I'm
Yes.
sure, because, I mean, the data is, at the end of the day, probably the most important thing.
Right, yeah.
You don't really want to fudge the numbers.
Don't.
And
Responsibility.
last month, in December, we had graphic designer named Marcel Prats, and he redesigned, like, annual reports, so lots of graphs and lots of tables. But for him, a lot of it wasn't saying, like, this is the exact number and, like, being very nitpicky and down to the nitty-gritty. It was more like, just get the general idea. Like, this was the top, this was the middle, this was the bottom. So this is, like, the complete opposite. It's pretty cool.
So now we're going to put those labels here. Yeah, so this is redundant, but it's fun, so let's do it anyways.
Cool. I'm all about that.
Yeah.
I'm that kind of artist. I'm like, why not? Put more lines on it. Anton, yes, we stream on Behance. Adobe Live is live every week, Tuesday through Thursday. I don't know the next time that there's going to be a break, so stuck with us for a while. Next week is lettering. It's going to be amazing. I'm very excited. And we've had XD, we've had user experience, which is pretty much XD. We've had photography, all kinds of things.
Yeah, so there we go. We got a little, you know, the relativity of the size. You can't really tell that New York is #1, but now if you look over in this bar chart, you're like, yes, it does. It is #1.
That's true. Some of the circles are pretty close.
Yeah.
Same size.
Yeah, and you can barely see, but yeah, Atlanta is one of those, which I flew into yesterday.
It's so tiny.
It is so tiny.
Yeah, I didn't even notice.
Yeah. So I flew from Atlanta to San Francisco yesterday, and I sat next to a man named Shamar, who ended up being a UI designer.
Oh, cool.
It was awesome. So we were talking about Adobe, and we also got to engage with the seatback map. And talk about, you know, discuss its design. It's pretty nerdy.
Yeah, 2 different perspectives, but you guys were kind of intrigued by the same thing.
Yeah. So, I mean, a lot of people out there have a smartphone. It's mapping, of course. So you have your map application on there, and also it's a user interface. So it's very related these days, mapping and UI design.
Agreed. Nice. Laura wants to know, how do you make those text grids? Are there grids?
Text grids.
Yeah, let us know what you mean, Laura. I'd love to get that answered for you.
I'm going to actually find, can I go on the internet right now?
I think so.
Sure.
We'll
okay,
see.
We're going to go to the internet.
Here we go.
Let's go to top 10 Expedia. Find that article I was talking about.
Oh yeah, perfect.
Grab the text and put it in the text box. Because you could actually, so here's that article. You could actually probably take a lot of this and put it right on the map.
Oh, nice.
Let's do that.
And this is just like an exercise to show people how to use this product. You're not just, you know, ripping off Expedia.
No, sorry.
Just to practice. Sometimes you gotta do master studies of the greatest paintings. Sometimes you gotta do master studies of the greatest Expedia articles.
That's right.
The text for the grids or for the graphs.
Oh, that comes in. Yeah, let's talk about that. So when you make an SVG of a graph on ArcGIS Pro, just like other programs, it has labels, and the labels came in. I just rotated them and used the eyedropper to kind of base them on these city labels so they kind of look related.
There you go.
Does that answer the question? Nope.
Probably. Let us know, Laura, for sure. Oh, nice. So you kind of drew the line that will let that...
based on the coastline. Get it's a little heavy of a Futura font. We'll make it a little less intense. Get kind of based on this blue.
Alrighty, while you are finishing up that text, maybe we could look at a couple contest entries that were submitted last stream that didn't get shown, and some new ones. So feel free to keep working or take a peek up if you're interested. This is Dave Grohl from Foo Fighters.
Awesome.
Nice, nice. Looks like him, for sure. Bowling. So the contest is to make an emoji.
Okay.
Either redesign one that already exists or make a totally new one, like a Dave Grohl. Why not? This one is by our very own Laura. Thank you, Laura, for submitting. Ooh, a Pacific Northwest emoji. That's really cool. Nice idea. So you have about, let's say 50 minutes to get your emojis in, and the winner will win a free year of Creative Cloud. Sarah will unfortunately have to pick the winner. Pretty tough. I know, it's pressure. We'll get it kind of curated down to a top 10 that you'll have to pick from. Nice. These are like little illustrated emojis. Nice job. Is this what we're trying to look at? Nope. By Chandler. Nice job. Cute hot cocoa emoji. Got apple juice emoji. I love this little texture on here. I'm a sucker for textures. Health potion emoji. Oh, I love that. Very fantastical by Paige Clark. We got Dumbo in emoji form. We've got this by Mark. Unfortunately, this wasn't created today, but thank you for sharing. Pretty cool. Emoji. Scary monster.
Cool.
Super cute cat emoji. Aww. Fat cat. So cute. And face filter emojis. That's a great idea, Stephanie. Love that. Nice job. Cool. Thank you so much for all of your submissions. We will continue to look at some every 10 or 15 minutes or so. Stick around.
Yeah, so I'm just messing around here.
Yeah, let's see what you're up to.
Where you want to put your title. Actually, you don't have a lot of space there. I'm going to put it over here. And yeah, basically, that's a quick way of how you could make a map in Adobe Illustrator using the ArcGIS Maps for Adobe Creative Cloud extension. And then I have another map that I'd like to kind of dive into, a little bit more complicated than this one.
Ooh.
And I'm just going to basically like go crazy. And
I'm ready.
All right. So let's go back to that extension.
Cool. So everyone in chat, I hope you picked up on the basics because you're about to get crazy, as you said.
And yeah, remember how I said you could compile a map that you host on the web and then just add it. I've done that with some Seattle ferries. We have a big ferry system in Seattle. Mm-hmm. And so in my organization, I have all these maps that I made.
Nice. You made all of these? Or they're just being pulled from?
These are all in organization. I made a lot of these.
Very cool.
A lot of demos.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll close this. So this, you can see, has this sort of like extension that looks like a laptop extension. That's because I saved this in my laptop and it remembers the exact dimensions.
Oh, I see.
So I know that I want it to be a tabloid though. So go in here and make it. This tabloid, a print tabloid.
Laura says, I'm still lost with the map creation. It's a lot. It's a lot to step into. What would be like the top tip that you would give for someone starting?
For someone starting?
Like, don't freak out.
Exactly. Don't freak out. We are all professional Googlers, right? So,
true.
You know, I'm always learning. It's not, you know, no different than everybody else's experience. I'm going to cancel this and start from a different approach.
Stefan wants to know, could you, with this plugin, import your own data from Google Maps and import that in History with maps from the plugin?
History?
Oh, in Illustrator. Sorry, I was reading History, but I meant to say Illustrator.
So, yeah, we're working on a KML. So to add KML, not just shape files and text files.
What is KML?
KML is a Google Map format.
Oh, okay.
And you can convert the KML with Esri products into a shape file. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's all possible. I've done it. So
there you go.
I've tested it. And
it's possible.
It's possible.
Yes, Jessie, we have your submission. Don't worry.
Okay, now I'll make a tabloid. Okay. Sorry, this is sort of a new feature that we have where you can choose from the, you know, the preset formats. So I'm kind of learning as I go.
That's cool.
Yeah, So let's go over here. So I did add a map that I already made. So again, remember the design happens in Illustrator.
Gotcha.
So let's look at what we have. We have ferries and breweries, which is the name of the map. So I did the ferry terminals, ferry routes, and all the breweries that are within 3 miles of the ferry terminal. So if you wanted to take a ferry ride from, Bremerton, Washington to Seattle, Washington, and then walk to a brewery.
That's so cool. It's so specific, too.
Right, yeah, it's kind of an impractical map, but it was fun. So here's all the layers. We have, Washington State boundaries, all this stuff. It takes a while to download because somebody asked about the contour lines. You can see on this map there's contour lines, and that's a lot of data. It's going to be a lot of points in Illustrator. So I pre-downloaded it, and I have it right here. So here we go.
Wow, I've always loved contour lines. I love what it represents,
Yeah, it's fun. I agree.
Sounds like there's a fire alarm going off, and I'm scared it's about to go off in this building.
I do hear that.
San Francisco fire, everyone, 2018. Just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, so here we are. Let's see what we have.
So is this a actual route that you have taken before? Have you done this brewery tour?
No.
Okay.
Oh gosh, it sounds fun though. No, but I just breweries are a hot thing right now.
True.
In Seattle and Washington State and the Pacific Northwest in general takes pride in their breweries and ferry system actually too. So I thought, well, let's get regional.
Yeah, why not?
And we do have the Hillshade that I did download too. These are raster.
Whoa.
I have two because I don't know which one to choose from. This one is a little dark and this one's a little light.
Yeah, they're like depth maps. Yeah. That's so cool.
Yeah, so parks. Let's see. Okay, now I'm just gonna dive in.
Can't wait to see what magic you do. Yes, Gus is hiding back here. Gus is Adobe Live, hanging out back there. Dana did a lot of maps for Washington State when she worked for the Department of Ecology.
Oh, awesome.
Cool, Dana. Didn't know that.
I have a friend who works for the Washington State Department of Ecology.
There you go. If y'all have any more questions for Sarah, please feel free to ask them. I will shoot them her way. And I will take a peek through some of your emoji submissions, get those open so we can look at more. Got 15 minutes until the giveaway, which is amazing and different from any other giveaway we've ever done. It's by Esri. Like I said, you get the free online subscription through the end of the year of ArcGIS, which is really amazing, and hopefully you find a lot of use in that. And then you'll also win a copy of the upcoming book, Cartography Period. It's going to be releasing in the summer, and it outlines the principles of cartography, and it is super beautiful. Boom, and huge. And if you do not win the giveaway, like we said earlier, you do have access to the free ebook, which is still a pretty large book. It's like 180 pages, and it is the 10 big ideas for applying the science of where. It is called the ArcGIS book. So there will be a link in chat for you to get that. And anybody in chat, let me know if you've already downloaded it and what you think of it.
So I'm kind of because this Hillshade's so intense, I could go to Photoshop, which is really common, and what?
I just love Photoshop.
Oh yeah,
and it's
awesome.
Been very Illustrator heavy this week, so I'm like, Photoshop?
Yeah, I mean, hillshades are rasters, so the best way to deal with them is in Photoshop. And instead of doing that, I'm just going to add this sort of filter over it. And so I've created this layer where I've merged all the polygons that sit on top of the hillshade, and I'm going to punch them out of the filter so that there's no overlapping polygons.
Makes sense, makes sense.
There, make sure that filter extends beyond. Minus front.
So I think it was Diego that was wondering, how long has cartography been around? Do you know anything about the history?
Wow.
Tell us the whole thing.
Since humans have been trying to navigate themselves across space. I mean, there's some historical maps that
It's okay. It's a big question.
There's some historical maps that are made out of sticks, and it was just basically there's oral cartography, sort of like an oral history. So yeah, I think since the time humans wanted to get across space with symbols, whether it be by language or, art.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, I'm gonna stop messing with this.
Oh, Alejandro, great book, many examples, so cool, awesome. So you have the ebook. I'm glad you're taking advantage.
There we go. Okay, turn on the water. Okay.
Ooh, from the wiki, the earliest known maps are of the stars, not the Earth.
Oh.
Dots dating back to 14,500 BC, found on walls of the Lascaux cave, map out part of the night sky.
Cool.
Very cool. So there's a nice intertwining of art history and cartography. The Lascaux caves with the horses that look like loaves of bread. Everything looks like bread to me today.
Okay, so...
Good night, Vanessa. Thank you so much for being here. Come back tomorrow.
There we
go. Will says, sorry if I missed this earlier, but I know you were a park ranger. Where were you also educated in cartography?
I went to the University of Wisconsin to study GIS.
Right, because you wanted to be park ranger forever, and you're like, this is going to make it kind of concrete.
Well, it was a great way to connect with the space that I love. So yeah.
True, and in your bio, it also says you're a firefighter?
Yeah, I was a wildland firefighter.
Wow.
Yeah. Sorry. I'm going to do the county lines now. Yeah, I was a wildland firefighter for the Washington State Department of Natural Resources.
Cool. So you're saying wild lion?
Wildland.
Wildland. I was like,
Wild
what's a
lion.
wild lion? Is that like a mountain lion, but cooler?
Sorry. Yeah. Kind of had a... Yeah, so I was wild for that and also for the Forest Service. Another way to get connected to the area that you live.
Definitely. Was it like fire watch, like looking out for fires, or
it was
preventing?
It was actually, so it was initial attack, which means like when a fire gets called in, like someone from a tower sees a fire in the middle of the wilderness, they call in people right away to kind of like get at it right away, or as soon as possible before it spreads. If it's a heavy fire season, they don't want it to get too large. So
yeah, that's really cool. Have you ever heard of the game called Firewatch?
No.
It's really cool. I'm sure a lot of you guys in chat might know about it, but it's like your first person view from someone like living in a fire tower for the summer, like watching for fires. But there's like this whole kind of twisted backstory that you're trying to work through while you try to avoid fires.
Whoa.
Yeah. Are you a gamer at all?
I am not.
Okay. I was going to say you should try it, but if you're not into games, you might still like it. It's more like a story that you just walk through in a game form.
Grab those counties. So right now, the county boundaries are typically dotted lines, represented as dotted lines on a map. So I'm just going to use the stroke to do that.
Very cool.
Or dash lines, we'll do dash lines.
Got about 8 minutes until the giveaway, y'all. Stick around, and the only way that you enter, it's pretty simple. You just have to be active in chat. So ask questions, let us know how you would use your ArcGIS subscription. If you're interested, we'd love to know. Edwin, where do I get the ebook? There should be a link in chat, but you can also go to thearcgisbook.com. It is free for you. Yes, it is above us right now. Super beautiful. It is the 10 big ideas about applying geography to your world, and I'm interested in reading it because I don't know much about geography, but it's all around us.
It's true. Let's merge these water bodies.
Ooh, water bodies.
Water bodies, yeah. So here we are at the Puget Sound. So it looks, I don't know what they can see on the chat, but it's nice blue on my screen, and it's a nice kind of crazy cyan on the on there. So.
Oh yeah, who knows? Everybody's monitor is different.
Okay, undo that. So get a little later then, just to get okay, cool. Now, so mapping is usually done in computers these days, but there's kind of like a resurgence of sort of antique mapping. So I'm going to try to give this sort of an antique water concentric ring look, which is fun.
I'm interested to see what that means, like antique mapping.
Offset path, preview, and that's going in. So negative.
Ooh.
Cool. So yeah, it kind of like just duplicated that. You can't tell because there's no stroke on this yet. But let's make it have a stroke.
Oh, Edwin has a point. They're saying that satellite seems to have killed manual mapping. What do you think about that?
Well, I never use satellite data. Well, no, I shouldn't say never. So I don't know.
Do you ever use like GPS when you're driving, or do you use paper maps?
Yes, that's true. Yes, I see. If that's where he's going with that, then yeah, totally, he's right. That's great. Okay.
Oh, awesome. Bria shared an illustrated map of Whatcom County in Washington State. I'll see if I can get it pulled up so we can take a peek at it.
That's my home.
Really?
Yeah. A lot of Washington State people out there today.
Right?
It's exciting.
They're like coming out of the woodwork, sniffing it out.
I put out the call.
Yeah. From your fire tower, you're like, hello. So I think, Bria, you might need to like actually post it. It looks like it's still a preview. So feel free to post the image if you would like us to look at it. Oh, Jim says you could put a little sea monster in the water like in old time maps.
Yeah, see, that would be really cool.
Here there be monsters.
Someone should do that.
Caitlin says they'd use their ArcGIS online subscription to improve their story map and online map application, making skills, and of course develop skills in creating effective and unique maps in Adobe Illustrator.
Wow.
Very cool. See, I feel like you would get a lot of use out of it. John is from Woodinville, Washington. Hello.
I know Woodinville.
Cool.
That's funny.
Daniel says you should make a top 10 sea monsters off the coast of Washington map. Scary.
What would be one of them?
Yeah, right? Are there any like mythical creatures?
Yeah, the Sasquatch. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Is he a sea mon? Like any
no, he's
aquatic
land-based.
ones? Yeah.
I bet he's gone swimming a few times.
I'm sure.
But, you know.
We've got 3 minutes until the giveaway. Be active in chat. Let us know what you would use the free ArcGIS online subscription for that you could possibly win. I'd love to hear your ideas. Yes, and if you win the giveaway, you'll also win a free copy of Cartography Period, which will be coming out this summer. It's a huge, beautiful book, and it is outlining the principles of cartography. So that would be really great to have. You could probably learn everything.
So these contours are pretty intense and large, kind of heavy, and we have the shaded relief. So we'll work with him. I don't know if we're gonna keep him, but let's look at him.
Oh, totally Amphibian Man from The Shape of Water, although I'm pretty sure that took place in Maryland. So I don't know if that would work in Washington. Cool, I love those concentric lines. Really cool.
It's fun. Preview.
Yeah, you're right, Sarah. You're sure that he gets around. I mean, he was from, what, the Amazon? So he could probably swim over to Washington. He is a mythical creature, after all. Edwin would use the subscription for teaching high school students the value of maps. Awesome.
Fun.
Edwin, do you have any experience using the software? I'm interested. Laura says, the ArcGIS subscription would be great to make maps for tabletop exercises to train your volunteer community emergency response team and your community animal response team.
Oh, yeah. So when I was in grad school, I worked at the Western Washington University's Resilience Institute, and that's basically where I started geeking out on data viz. But yeah, that's
cool.
a good application.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just a couple more minutes until the giveaway. Maybe until then we can look through a couple of these contest entries. So the contest is to create your own emoji. It's kind of based off of Julia's emojis. So she was the second stream of today, and she'll be on tomorrow. So here is an emoji. It is a poo. I don't know if the poo emoji needs to be redesigned. It's pretty perfect, but I like his little tooth. Snaggletooth. Got a rain umbrella emoji. Another rainy emoji. It is pretty rainy here in San Francisco today.
Yeah, it feels like home.
Yeah, right? Perfect. So there's a nice little set of emojis here. Nice job, John. More vinyl. Cute little Happy Bean coffee mug. Nice job. Digital camera emoji. Very nice. Nice job, Ivan. This looks like a map, which is very appropriate. Start and finish. Got a huge ice cream cone that doesn't want to load. Oh, there we go. Nice job. We got this scary guy. This looks like Frank. Did you ever see that movie?
Okay.
The guy, Frank, I think it was called. He wore like a big giant papier mache head.
No.
It's interesting, but that's what this guy looks like. All right, got a hanging, hooked on a feeling is what this is called. Laundry day, stinky laundry. Two-faced, very nice, nice combination. Boston Terrier emoji, so cool, Jim, nice. We were talking about our dogs earlier. We were both dog moms.
Yes. He's the star of my Instagram account.
Oh, really?
Pretty much.
My dog has his own Instagram account.
Oh, he has his own. Wow.
He's like he's too much sometimes. Nice little 3D emoji. Very cool. Thinking of a new way to look at emoji. Make sure you're active in chat, everyone, so we can make sure that you're entered into the giveaway. We've got this hand sign for love emoji. And some awesome sports emojis. So this is all San Francisco teams. Nice. Except boo, Warriors. Go Cavs. What? Who said that? All right. Nice job, everyone. We will pick a random winner. Make sure you're active in chat. Adobe Live team, please let us know who the winner is. 30 more minutes to enter the contest to win a free year of Creative Cloud. And we'll jump back to your beautiful map making.
So the data right here is a little pointy.
I know.
So it kept pointing out. Yeah, that's not a natural coastline, but we're going to keep it for now. And I've turned on the water body labels, but I'm going to label the Puget Sound.
Ah. Very cool.
So in mapping, there's rules. A lot of people love to cling to the rules. I like to have them as guidelines and then kind of work around them. One of the rules is hydrography, or water on your map, would have an italicized label. And even before, it used to be italicized and with serifs was kind of like the general rule of thumb. But, so just something to think about. I'm going to base my labels based on the watercolor itself.
Cool. So are you going to do italicized with serifs?
I don't know with serifs.
Just italicized?
Maybe with serifs.
Maybe one serif. One single serif?
One of the letters will be serif.
Yes, no one will ever know. Tiana says, things I've never really thought about. Map rules. I'm sure there are, like, map purists.
Oh, yeah.
Who really love their map rules.
Yeah, and it's like whoever writes history kind of defines and makes up history. It's the same with maps. Maps is a... So if you're out there and you're making a map, you don't think about... I mean, rules are important, but, do your story. Do your geographic story.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see, what font should we use? I don't know.
Oh, this is a great question from Tomo. Have you ever gone geocaching?
I haven't, but at the park I worked at, I saw a lot of geocachers.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Anybody in chat? You geocachers? I was actually proposed to with a geocache.
Oh.
Isn't that awesome? It was awesome.
Yeah.
I think it was awesome.
Nice move.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
He doesn't even see. Nothing. Nope, there is no winner yet. Adobe Live Team. Okay, we are going to get a winner for this giveaway of a free year of online subscription of ArcGIS and then cartography period. It is Laura Kressler. Woo! Laura, say hello in chat. You have just won a free year of ArcGIS online subscription. It's good through December 31st, 2018. And then you will also be winning cartography period when it is released this summer. It outlines the principles of cartography, and it is super, super beautiful. Oh, yes, Laura Kressler. Sorry, other Laura. There are quite a few. 2 whole Lauras in chat. Oh, I'm sorry, Laura. But congratulations, Laura Kressler. There's always next time, Laura Triana. Always next time. Yeah. So yes, if you did not win the giveaway, if you are not Laura Kressler, then you do have access to the free ebook. It is www.thearcgisbook.com. You can download it for free from Esri, and it is the 10 big ideas for applying the science of where. So just go to that link, download it. Let me know what you're learning. I want to know.
So I said no serifs. Now I'm going full serif.
Full serif. It's one big serif from here on out, folks. Hold on to your butts. Cool. It looks very stately.
Yeah, it's the Cheltenham font. I think it's the New York Times font. It's just a one of those fonts where it's almost like you're cheating when you use it because it's just too good.
Mm-hmm. It is very good. People are like, serif?
Serifs.
Serif. So
that was funny, Paul.
Yes, nice, Paul. And if you actually don't know what a serif is, it's kind of like the little foot or the little hat on letters that make them more kind of legible. Kind of old-fashioned or graceful looking. Laura says this will be Laura Kressler, the winner, said this will be so well used and seriously appreciated. The Greenbelt MD certification and CART teams, thank you all. Laura, I'm so glad that you're going to use it to its best abilities.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So what is CART? Are you using CART there, Laura, as an acronym or just as an abbreviation of cartography?
Oh,
Curious.
Yeah. So I think that's the emergency response team and the animal rescue team.
Okay. I see. So neither.
Mm-hmm. Close, but no cigar. We were talking earlier about all of the acronyms for this stream. It's like Esri, ArcGIS, CART, CERT.
Right.
Beep boop.
You know, I don't even know, like, someone mentioned KML, and I have to be honest, like, I know what KML is, but I don't know what it stands for.
Yeah. You're like, oh, it's just the KML.
Yeah.
It's the camel. Community Animal Response Team. I see. That's awesome, Laura. I'd like to hear more about that, like what you guys do, how you serve your community and the animals within it. Anybody else do anything with their community, specifically design related? Would love to know.
So Seattle has 2 ferry landings right next to one another.
Wow.
So,
Are they the same? Like the same name and everything?
they're 2 different piers.
Oh, okay.
They go to different locations.
I see.
Yeah.
KML, Keyhole Markup Language.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Nice job, Clint. Thank you.
Nice.
You know, San Francisco is a big ferry city also, and I
Hi, Clint.
have only used it like once. It's kind of crazy. Got about 20 more minutes to get your emoji contest entries in. So today, this is the last stream for today, and tomorrow there will be a totally different theme, totally different contest. So make sure you get your contest entries in this stream, because we'll be doing something totally different tomorrow. And if you get it in after the deadline today, unfortunately, we won't be able to look at it. So please be careful to get them in the next 20 minutes stat.
Cool. So we were talking about cartography rules. This is one that I actually a lot of them are based on user testing and what people can comprehend the fastest.
Oh.
And one of them is when you're labeling points, like the cities here or the ferry landings here are all points on the map.
Mm-hmm.
Upper right-hand corner is the easiest to read.
Oh.
So we have upper right hand, upper left hand, lower right hand, lower left hand, upper middle, lower middle, and someone might discuss whether or not I said all of those right, but and then if you have 1,000 labels on your map, which is very, very possible, you have to pick the best one out of those positions.
Right, I noticed that Bremerton has like a bottom left.
Yes. Well, because I didn't want to go, since this is going to eventually be a ferries route map, I didn't want to go over the ferry route because it's kind of like the theme of
that's what it's about.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm also going, I'm obeying Edward Tufte and removing the ferry landing part of the label because it's kind of redundant.
Oh, because it is a ferry map.
Right.
Yeah.
And we might eventually build a legend which it will tell you that that's a ferry landing.
Oh. Nice. I always loved keys on maps, like the little symbols. It's like circle means there's a cabin here. I don't know why. I was always like, I would see the key and then I'd want to go find all of the little things on the map.
That's cool. It's total design.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like after making maps for so many years, I noticed those things too, like highway signs that you're driving past, at the speed limit.
Of course.
You have to read it that really fast, and if it's like an emergency sign or like something that's very important, it has to be really well designed for someone to read in like a split second.
Totally.
So I think map symbols kind of they follow that rule where it has to be understood universally in different lighting.
Totally. I will never forget that, like during my driver's ed training, they're like, and the signs with the brown background means it's like a natural park or some sort of thing like that. And so whenever I see the brown signs, I'm like immediately interested, because I'm like, what kind of nature things over there? I don't care if it's like a highway exit, but if there's nature, take me there.
If you go, so Sarah Bell Maps, Sarah with an H, Bell Maps on Instagram. I was in New Mexico last week, and we stopped at a rest stop, and I had a sign at a rest area that said, award-winning rest area. I was like, wow, this must be the coolest rest area I've ever been to.
Yeah, what does that even mean?
It was pretty cool. I had a great view.
Cool, there you go. But like, what awards?
I don't know. It was in 1992 that they won it too. So.
Yeah. Does Bell have an E on it?
No.
Okay. Bell without an E, Sarah with an H. See if we can get this Instagram open. So you guys all go follow Sarah, please.
Oh.
Does lots of cool nature-y photography. There's Jasper, right? Jasper?
That's Jasper. There's the award-winning rest area.
I mean, it's kind of cool.
Yeah, it has this giant rooster sculpture off to the side, which is really what I should have taken a picture of. But it's made out of old metal junk. Like the wings had crutches.
What?
Yeah, like metal crutches.
Cool.
Making up the wings. It was really cool.
Wow. All you other rest areas better recognize. This is the best one. 1992. It was a good year.
Good year for rest stops.
Mm-hmm. Good year for me being born.
Oh.
There you go. Edwin says map contours are so cool. Agreed.
They are. They're fun. Just doing a little beer icon for the breweries.
Nice. Look at you being a graphic designer and a cartographer. So how did that become part of what you did? Have you always kind of liked symbols and icons too? Or does that just come after you started liking maps?
Well, I've always drawn. I've always, and you know, creating symbols kind of comes with the territory with cartography these days. Although there are awesome people out there where you can buy their symbols from, but I like to have my own sort of custom look.
Yeah.
When I was making maps before Esri, I was working at a private company, and we made a lot of maps for the National Park Service and the Forest Service, and they have their own symbols that they need to use. They're standard symbols. So I learned a lot just from using their symbols.
There you go. And I think if you have the power to make something yourself, why not do it?
Right.
Make it totally your own. Phyllis, if you click on the contest tab at be.net/live, probably where you're watching this, click on the contest tab. It is right above the chat box. You can find all the information on submission and file formats that you will need. Yes, Rodney, good luck all. You got 15 minutes to get your emojis in. We'll take a peek soon.
Excited.
Oh no, Felicia says, just relaying a message. Matthias says hello, everyone. He is sick in bed. Hello, Matthias. He is one of our tried and true Adobe Live family members. Always here. I was wondering where you were, Matthias. I feel better.
So I could, this is kind of weird to do live.
It's like a little bit of pressure.
Yeah.
Not too much, though. I think it looks pretty good.
Gotta have a glass.
The universal color of beer.
Yeah.
Or bread.
We're doing an IPA.
Do you have a favorite, Washington State brewery?
So in Bellingham, there's one called Stone's Throw.
Oh.
It's this great little brewery that, all the people who work there, they listen to a lot of metal, and I'm not a metal person, but I'm so into it when I'm there.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm this is great. They have a beer called the Locked Room. All of their beers are kind of have these sort of ominous names.
Yeah, super ominous. Oh, Tomo says, my friends work at Stone's Throw. Nice.
That's awesome. Also, oh wait, I'm sorry. That was well, then you would know that I am
wrong.
Yes. Which I do. I live by Stone's Throw, and I love it, and I go there a lot. It has this awesome back patio with a fireplace and everything.
Cool.
Yeah. Sorry.
That's all right. Tom is wondering if you can control the map projection in this extension.
Yeah, you can. So you can see that I have this map here. When I downloaded it, I did it in what's called Washington State Plane projection, and that is, it's a Washington State specific projection. We have, I think, hundreds that you can do. So So yeah, you definitely have control over that.
Very cool. I think you have control over everything with
Yeah.
this, it seems like.
Yeah, we thought about a lot of things, and it's version 1.2, I think, is out. I think Clint's on the chat. He can
nice.
say. But yeah, so sorry. It's so hard to talk and make a beer icon at the same time. But yeah, we're thinking about a lot of other things that we can add to this for functionality.
That's awesome. How long has this been a thing? You said it's only version 1.2,
I think. Yeah, we our first release was probably like a little over a year ago.
Cool. Clint, maybe you can verify.
1.1. Thanks, Clint.
There you go. That's awesome. I had no idea it was such a fresh baby.
Yes, it is, but it's fun. It's been really fun, and we're striving to get it right for designers and cartographers alike.
That's a tough.
Yeah, trying to cover it all.
Crack. Yeah, definitely.
So I'm gonna move off this beer icon soon because I'm kind of.
I believe it. It's believable.
Is it okay? You know, it's funny. Like, I'll spend so much time getting the tiny details right, and then it's like 1/10 of an inch.
Yeah, right.
On the.
That's so cool. Oh, Clint, 8 months ish. Wow.
Thanks, Clint. Wow.
And Daniel says this is his first time seeing all of this, so thank you for the presentation. Yes, I think Sarah's done a marvelous job.
Thank you.
You said that you do like demos and presentations and stuff.
Yeah.
So it seems like you're pretty comfortable sharing the how-tos about this.
Yeah, we get to go to cartography conferences and cartographers. I feel really lucky to be part of the cartography community, and yeah, they're just a great crowd to present to, and they get excited about mapping, and you can geek out on it. So.
That's awesome. Awesome. And if y'all haven't checked out already the free ebook that Esri has provided, it is www.thearcgisbook.com, and it is about the 10 big ideas for applying the science of where. I noticed a lot of people in chat have said, like, I've never really learned about cartography or didn't know about this world, so this is a great place to start, and it's free. So please go ahead and download that ebook. It's 180 pages, so it'll give you some good information. We have 10 minutes left to get your emoji contest entries in, and we will look through them with Sarah, and she will pick a marvelous winner, and they will win a free year of Creative Cloud, which is amazing. And if you already have a Creative Cloud subscription, don't worry, it will just stack on top, which is amazing. Just a mountain of Creative Cloud. So make sure to get those in and get them in on time, please, because if it is past the deadline, we won't be able to look at it, and that would make me personally really sad. I don't know about you.
Yeah, so we'll work on that later. So if you have made maps before, you know that a lot of the time is spent just with labels, and there's a lot of great label engines, we call them, out there. Kind of like you can give your labels rules, like apply those where to place the point.
Oh, I see.
Point label rules and everything. But even still, to get it to look right, you really need some human touch. So I could spend forever on this right now, just doing a lot of label placement.
This is cool. We started with nothing at the beginning of this stream, and now you have a map that did not exist before.
Yay!
So cool. I love the idea of like providing information to people. It's almost like magic. Like, look at all this stuff that's in this space that you didn't know existed. Look at all these breweries. And this is how you get to all of them.
Yeah, so eventually we'll put all of these beer icons where there's a brewery. Oh, with this extension, you know, there's a lot of breweries here within 3 miles of all of these ferry terminals. In the extension, which I'll show you tomorrow, you can actually automatically replace them with the symbol that you have in an Adobe Symbols library.
Oh, awesome.
So it saves you a lot of time, rather than, you know, if you've already made a beer symbol like this and you have it in a symbols library, you can, instead of dragging it and placing it on there, it can just automatically replace it.
Oh, so much time saved.
So much time saved. I'm gonna make this.
get these contest entries started to get opened. So once that 4:30 deadline hits, we can just check them all out. I'm glad that, Mary Susan, I'm glad that Clint is here in chat, so hopefully he can help you a bit, having trouble opening up ArcGIS. Yes, I agree, Clint. It might take a few minutes for it to sync with Adobe CC. This is all happening over the internet, over the cloud. It takes a little bit of time, unfortunately. Yay, Stefan, I'm so glad it's working for you now.
I like that one.
Ooh, so where did your syrups? I almost said syrups. Where'd your serifs go?
I'm gonna try to do the routes and the sands.
Ooh. Cool, so that's not the name of an actual body of water, that's the name of the
This
route.
is the route.
Gotcha.
Correct. Yep. So I'm making the route label also match the route itself. Oops. Well, I know it's Kingston.
Mary says, I'll get a cocktail and be patient for my ArcGIS to download. That's a great way to think about it, Mary.
Good plan.
Ooh, Esther, I must have missed it, but can you do a quick overview of what ArcGIS even is? What is this magic cauldron?
ArcGIS is kind of the nomenclature for a lot of software that Esri does. So,
Gotcha.
yeah, and we have ArcGIS Online, which are extension that I use to make this map. See, ArcGIS maps for Adobe Creative Cloud. ArcGIS Online is basically what you're looking at here, a way to make maps and do geographical science online.
It's just like through a browser? You don't
Through your browser.
Okay, that's awesome.
Yep. And host data. So host all these mapping, you know, all this map data or artwork right now in Illustrator. Yeah. It's great.
Seems like it's a great world. And like you said, it's a great community. People get really excited about making maps and map making science. That's awesome. Everybody's got to find their niche.
Right.
Niche. You have 5 minutes to get your emoji contest entries in. Please get them in as soon as you can. I'd hate to not be able to look at them.
So I have joined the really awesome bandwagon of trying to do hand-drawn maps. And I'm so used to doing them in a computer that my brain is like, okay, Control Z while I'm
Oh my
trying.
gosh,
I'm like,
yes.
Can't do that.
Totally. Man, so what kind of maps have you made by hand? Any specific ones?
Well, it's a new thing for me. So I'm working on a fairies map.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So it's more of like all the way up to British Columbia. It's just the whole ferry system in the Puget Sound and the Salish Sea at large.
And is it actually like a big piece of paper, or how are you making it?
Yeah. So with the light box, and I went to this conference called the North American Cartographic Information Conference in October, and there was a cartographer. His name is Anton Thomas. He's a wonderful cartographer, and he presented this North American. He's from Australia, but he did a North American hand-drawn map, and it was amazing. And I was really inspired. So I'm kind of like following his method and his advice. So if you find Anton Thomas online, you can follow his methods. It's great.
See if I can find it for you. Do you think you would ever post it online, or would it just be
Sure,
kind of like,
yeah.
You should, definitely.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. These are really beautiful.
Yeah, he's great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of science behind these. Like, it's not just a drawing of the country.
No,
he just like traced.
Yeah, his explanations of how he arrived to what he's doing. It's really great.
Mm-hmm. I love these little, just so tiny, such fine detail. And look how small they actually are. It's incredible. Wow, Anton, that's really cool.
Yeah. Oops, keep grabbing those. I should lock that layer.
Lock it. It's a good thing about having so many layers.
Right. Now I have no layers on.
Ruh-roh. We got about 2 minutes to get your emoji contest entries in. If it's not in already, click that upload button right now. You want to give yourself a little bit of buffer zone. Mom, my mom's in the chat. She says it reminds me of the Narnia maps. I totally agree. Big Chronicles of Narnia fans in my family.
I read that as a kid. Loved it.
Mm-hmm. My dad read the whole series to us, like out loud before bed, with all the voices.
So magical.
It was hecka magical.
So I saw this tweet a little while ago that said, "Is any other person disappointed when they found out what Turkish delight was?"
Oh my gosh, yes.
Because the book makes it sound like I need some Turkish delight right now.
Yeah.
And then you try it and you're like, man.
Yeah, it's like old person dessert. Like, it's not good at all.
It's not delightful.
No. Yeah, my mom is in the chat. My dad might actually pop in. Maybe he can do his Aslan impression through chat somehow.
Please.
Dad, try. Just try. Submissions are up in 1 minute. Get those in as soon as possible. Some really good ones came in right at the end. I'm excited to show you.
Down there.
Oh, nice. So you really do have to have a good understanding of Illustrator.
Yeah.
Using these.
Yeah, I mean, it helps a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I love Illustrator so much.
Good.
And I know a lot of cartographers do.
Mm-hmm.
So knowing it really helps with kind of bringing a map to an aesthetic point that you're happy with.
Definitely. All right, I think that's it for contest entries. I think the time is up. Adobe Live team will let me know officially. It's the end of the day. Don't laugh at me, Michael.
Running out of space.
Uh-oh.
Get it back. There we go.
Got a couple entries coming in right at the last moment.
Just for all the people watching, if you ever do a live stream, you forget how to type.
Totally.
I'm like,
it's like you have pause.
Everything I'm doing is like a little detached right now.
That's awesome. You're gonna look back on the stream and be like, did that happen?
Right, yeah.
Was that a dream?
Me?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, happens all the time.
This is a little heavy.
Very cool. So I'll let you work on finishing up whatever you're finishing up, and then we can look through some of these.
Yeah, let's do it.
If you are new to the stream and you're just popping in, we've got about 30 more minutes until the end of the stream, and then we are done for the day. But don't worry, we'll be back 9 to 5 tomorrow and also on Thursday. And we'll have the same streamers and artists tomorrow and the next day that you saw today. So we have Justin and Julia and Marley and Sarah coming back. If you want to participate in the contest that we have, every day will be a different theme. So make sure that you check the theme before the streams get started so you can know what you are in for. Every day is kind of based around a different designer's aesthetic and their style. So today was based on Julia's emojis. Tomorrow, who knows what it'll be. But if you win, you will win a free year of Creative Cloud. There's one winner every stream, and there's also one giveaway every stream. So you could win just by being here. Make sure you stick around and subscribe to Adobe Live on Behance. Make sure that you know when we are live, Tuesday through Thursday, pretty much every week. Cool. How you feeling?
Good. I have to say, the brewery I was talking about is Structures.
Structures.
It's also in Bellingham, which is their Structures and Stones Throw are both great places.
Gotcha.
But that's the one that has the locked room. So.
Okay, and the metal.
And the metal.
Yes.
Yes.
Structures and Stones Throw.
Stones Throw has live music all the time.
I see. Well, everyone's giving my mom's props for being such a great supporter. Thanks, Mom. She's awesome.
She's really awesome.
All right. Whenever you are ready, we will look at the new submissions that we haven't looked at yet.
Yeah.
Did you see this one already?
Oh, that's good.
Okay, let me start just at the beginning then. I forget where we started. Alrighty, you guys ready to look at some submissions? I am ready. Now we can hop over to my screen. Get these going. Perfect. Alright, so we've already shown this by Laura, this awesome bowling emoji. And like we said, you don't have to make up a new emoji. You could just redesign one that already exists. So there's bowling.
I like it.
Nice.
I like it. That's definitely one that appeals to me.
Yes, definitely. You are pandering.
Yes.
Apple juice with the awesome texture. Love that. Pandering to me.
Very nice. Very nice, yes.
A little collection of icons. Nice.
Oh, that's great.
Mm-hmm. Really clean. Start to finish.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
To the point.
Yep. Nice navigation. Nice mapping. Tomo says, I also work 5 minutes from Structures. Nice, Tomo. Very cool.
Let's go get a beer.
Yeah, why not? Take the ferry, get a beer. All right, there's Two-Faced. I love this because it uses kind of two and presses them together.
Yeah, very, very creative.
Mm-hmm. And these are two very well-known emojis. I feel like people use these all the time. All right,
Nice.
Boston Terrier, too cool for school. I think this is pretty cool. It's just like a totally different way to look at emojis vertically, kind of like isometric. I love this. So cool.
Yeah.
Fantasy icon set. Little orc, little money, little health potion. A hole in the heart emoji. Broken heart emoji.
Happy heart. Nice.
Heart destination. Oh, that's cute.
That's cool. Little icon.
A little, what is that, like a pin?
Push pin, yeah.
Yep. I used to have a push pin on my backpack. It fell off. It was made by Christine Herron, one of Adobe's creative residents. Christine, send me another one. This is I have no clue what happened emoji. You?
That is made by Cody Lawson.
Aw.
He's a UI designer. He's really talented.
Oh, cool. Nice job.
It's funny how I put my glasses on right before this showed up.
You're like, well, here it comes. Wait, so did he make this today?
He made this for, we had a gift exchange and...
Aw. Nice job, Cody.
Yeah.
Very cute. Alrighty. Nice TARDIS emoji. Any Doctor Who fans in the chat? I'm sure there are. There's always one. Alright, Medusa, don't look at me emoji. I love this.
Nice. That's useful.
Mm-hmm.
I'm often in that state of mind.
The Medusa state of mind.
The don't look at me.
Yeah.
I saw Medusa this summer in Italy, by the way.
Like
The Medusa.
Oh. She was just hanging out, sunbathing. That's awesome. Let's all take a picture emoji. Cool. Goldfish emoji. Very simple.
Good.
It kind of looks like a rocket ship. I like it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Indecent proposal emoji. Nice. Got some houseplants. Good job. Very cute. I like this one.
Ooh.
Kale emoji.
Love it.
Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure. Have you won before, Michelle? Awesome work. Nikita, lava lamp.
It's good.
Mm-hmm. I love that. Nice style.
Morning derp.
Nice. And, oh, an updated houseplant.
Oh,
Cool.
man,
What's
there's...
this one? Oh, no. Shoot. All right, so let's look through, and if any really stick out to you, maybe we could pick like a top 3 or something.
Okay.
So
I love them all.
I love them all. So you can love them.
I like this lava lamp.
Okay, I do too. We'll
Yeah.
drag that to the top.
Yeah.
Kale.
Ooh, let's go to the hearts. So
Yeah?
I like the story these tell.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
You know?
There's definitely a
Emojis have to
story.
be useful, right?
Yeah,
You know?
Yeah.
You have to put them in texts a lot.
very true. Nice
Yep.
job, Ryan. Alrighty,
That's,
going down the list.
oh, I love that one.
This one?
Yeah.
Little doggy. Dog moms unite.
I'm constantly using dog emojis.
Yes, me too. I use the wolf one because my dog looks more like a shaggy coyote or something.
I like that set.
This one?
You know what I love about it
What?
is it they look like they belong together.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Totally
great.
agree. All right, we'll drag that to the top. You've got lots of strong contenders. All right,
Okay.
that's it. So we've got the Lava Lamp by Nikita. Jim's Boston Terrier. We've got this by John, this awesome set. Ryan's Heart Story. And that is the top 4. What are you thinking?
Whew. Man.
And also, sorry, if none of the, or if your work didn't show up, either the link was broken or pretty much just that. The link was probably broken. Sorry about that.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the heart.
The heart.
heart story.
Yes, okay,
Because
so
we've all used heart emojis. And this one-
definitely. And the heart usually just means one thing. And it's either this one, that full heart, or the broken heart. But these have so many different stories. Awesome job. Ryan, you have won a free year of Creative Cloud. Congratulations. Thank you so much for entering. And the rest of you in chat, thank you for entering. Today was such a crazy day for submissions. Hundreds. Made it really difficult for our poor Adobe Live streamers to choose a winner.
Yes.
So don't be upset. You have tomorrow and the next day to enter, and you can enter during every stream. Make sure that you look up the theme of the contest for the day and put your best foot forward. So thank you so much, Ryan. Congratulations. Adobe Live team will be in touch with you on Behance soon. We can pop back over to what you're working on, and maybe we could talk about what you've done so far, like a quick little
Sure.
overview, and maybe even an overview of what ArcGIS is again.
Yeah. Let's start with the ArcGIS. So
Perfect.
ArcGIS is sort of the nomenclature of our product names.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm working with ArcGIS Maps for Adobe Creative Cloud, which is an extension we're developing.
Mhm.
Right here is where you open it, and it's connected to ArcGIS Online. ArcGIS Online is online geographical information, basically how you can make a map online. But it's also a place where you can host your own map data. And you can think of map data as like the vectors and the rasters that make up maps. And in this extension, you're able to access ArcGIS Online and pull in that data to build a map. So that's what I've been doing here.
Mm-hmm. And different layers, right?
Different layers,
So
yeah.
many
So
different
when you
layers.
download it, yeah, if we go here, all of these layers have been downloaded here, and it remembered the layer order, and it has, you know, it saves you a lot of time. A lot of times when you're building a map and you download it into Illustrator, the program you started in doesn't give you the best layering structure. This one, we've thought about how people might need it to be organized. So
Right.
it's not just one layer with a bunch of pieces of artwork. It's several layers that are grouped into those different pieces of artwork. So we have, you know, the tribal lands are on their own layer. Yeah, and so I dove in here, and I started just styling the map. Yeah, and chatting.
Yeah, right. Chatting a lot. I talk to you a lot. Before the stream, I was like, don't worry, you can do your own thing. I'll just be talking with chat. And then I'm like, Sarah, answer all these questions now. So you did a really good job.
Oh, thank you.
Balancing. Live streaming is near impossible to do. So
It's
great.
it's pretty intense.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, you know, I'm mapping in an office alone, just diving in and like not talking about what I'm doing as I'm
Right.
doing it. So
Right. No, I think you're a natural kind of educator. So you're welcome. You've worked on this today, and then what do you think you're going to work on tomorrow?
Well, let's ask the chat. We could continue working on this map because it's a lot of great maps take forever to make.
What do you mean forever?
Forever, there's maps that have taken years to make.
Oof.
And then it depends on what you're mapping.
Mm-hmm.
We could continue working on this map and do some tricks to near completion, or we could zoom into Seattle with a larger scale or a zoomed in scale and add some buildings and just make a whole new map. So I guess I don't care either way. We're also going to probably start with a demo with the extension, maybe doing what we call a choropleth map, which are those maps where you see all the states have different colors and they represent a value. We could do a choropleth map.
Cool. Yeah. Jim says you'd like to see a zoomed in one.
Okay.
Be cool. Daniel's wondering if it's possible to do street level maps, like an art walk of downtown or something.
Yeah, you can. Maybe I'll do a zoomed in one, yes.
Cool.
Yeah, you can do, it's kind of like counterintuitive, but we call the more zoomed in you are in mapping, we call that large scale. Wow. And the more zoomed out you are, small scale. We can do a larger scale map for sure.
Hooray! That sounds good.
Cool.
Awesome.
Yay, Daniel says.
Yeah, cool. And if you have any more questions for Sarah, we have her for about 10 more minutes. Woohoo! Where can we find you online, social media-wise?
Social media, I'm on Instagram at Sarah with an H, Sarah Bell Maps, and same on Twitter. I think it's the same on Behance, only I've only just barely started being an online sharer of my work.
Right.
So, yeah.
Boom. Okay, cool. So Sarah Bell Maps on Instagram and Twitter and Behance. So make sure that you're following her in all those places, and also make sure you're following each other on Behance. I don't know if you knew this, but you can just click on each other's icon, faces or images in the chat, and you can easily go to people's Behances, follow them, appreciate them, comment on them. I found a lot of really amazing designers through this chat, so keep up the good work, everyone. Cool. So how are we going to finish out this last 10 minutes? What do you got in mind?
I don't know. Part of me wants to go back and kind of redo some of the stuff I've done. Yeah, but the other part of me, for the chat's sake, is want to keep going and doing, more stuff. So, this angular part of the water, that's obviously not a natural look. I would go back and kind of change that. Same with this zigzaggy thing. But we'll just move forward.
Cool.
Act like we wanted to do that.
It was on purpose.
Yes. It's funny with mapping. Again, you're working with data, and data quality is always a thing of concern. Yeah.
So are you saying that this can't be trusted?
No, this is great quality. I guess what I mean is back to the large scale and small scale thing. If data was created for large scale, zoomed in, it's gonna look almost too detailed at the small scale. If it was created for small scale and you zoom in, it's created for the globe and you zoom in, it's gonna be just angles.
Yes.
So it was appropriate for the scale, but it might not be appropriate for your map, or you're gonna have to just work with it a little. Oh. I'm gonna make these a little bigger again.
Gotcha. So do you ever make these maps responsive? If you zoom into it a little bit, it might get a little more finely detailed.
Yeah. Well, on ArcGIS Online, you can do that.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, you can do scale-dependent rendering is what we call it, but you can. That's a good question. Everybody uses their smartphone map, and there's certain labels that show up at different scales, and that was all thought out by a team of people who thought, what do people want to see at this scale? You're not going to see all the breweries at the global scale.
Right. No. You see the countries and continents and things. And Felicia, we did show yours. It didn't get shown in the last group because we were just showing the new submissions and then the top options. But we did see your love hand sign emoji.
Like it.
Don't worry, I remember. We saw it. Daniel says the sea monsters only come out at night, so we can't put them on the maps yet.
Okay.
Thank you, Daniel, for letting us know.
I'm gonna grab this color, the hex value,
Ooh,
and use it to base my stroke color on.
nice. So you grab the exact same value and then make it a little bit different.
Yeah, you know, yeah. I mean, sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Today, yes.
Yes. Yeah, and if you would like to watch these streams when it is over and you want to maybe pick up some of the tips that Sarah went over and rewatch it, go ahead over to the Creative Cloud YouTube channel. Just search Creative Cloud on YouTube. You can subscribe or just check out the past streams. Make sure you're subscribed here on Behance and check out the schedule for the rest of the streams this week. But also you can find out what's happening in the future. So next week we're going to be having lettering, which I'm very excited about.
That's exciting.
Mm-hmm. Yes, Adobe Live Team, nice. We will be live again tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., starting with Justin Mazel. So he does these beautiful, really geometric and mathematical illustrations that they usually have to do with like fan art or video games, pop culture. He's also a part of Super Team Deluxe, which does really cool pins and content, like enamel pins. So go check that out too.
I'm just going to make an icon of how many breweries are within these two.
Oh.
Yeah. These two ferry terminals. It's 23, I remember from the
Nice.
when I made the data.
So does that mean you're going to delete the names of the breweries?
That actually is a good question. That's a potential. But you know, if we see like here, the names of the breweries would still be legible. So to help the map reader, I'm going to keep them on.
Gotcha.
But this Elysian is right within the symbol.
Ken Field says, great job, Sarah. Nice book giveaway.
Yeah, that's Ken's book. So
There you go.
yeah. Hi, Ken.
The man himself.
Yes, he is a great cartographer.
Awesome. So yes, there is the ArcGIS book that is free for all of you viewers. Thank you, Esri, for providing that. It is the 10 big ideas for applying the science of where. And there was also the giveaway that I think it was Laura Kressler won. It was a free year of ArcGIS online subscription. It's good through the end of 2018. And then you also won Cartography Period. It is a book that's going to be released in the summertime, and it is the principles of cartography, and it is super, super beautiful. So thank you so much for providing that giveaway, and stick around for the next couple of streams to see what might be in store.
Cool. So you asked about keeping the labels. I'm not sure anymore.
Oh.
You could do a little card. I don't want to cover up the data though, but something that says like the title of or the name of the ferry terminal, and just list the breweries,
right,
and the addresses or whatever.
Daniel says, great on the fly beer icon skills. I agree. I think it turned out really well.
Thanks. Put that on my resume.
Yes, on the fly beer icon skills. Safi, good morning from Indonesia. Good morning. Thanks for joining us. We're about done.
Awesome.
Got about 4 more minutes. So if you have any last minute questions for Sarah, get them in ASAP.
Yeah.
If not, you're gonna have to wait until tomorrow. Sorry. Or you could always tweet at her, post on her Instagram. Why not?
Yeah, I'll try to, take this home and work on it and bring it back tomorrow with a little bit of fine tuning.
Yeah, I'd love
Start
to
the
see
day
it.
with that. Talk about it.
Yes, Daniel, totally. It's okay if you missed it because this is archived. No, archived on YouTube. It'll be uploaded as soon as the stream goes offline. So don't you worry about any missing out.
Actually, Ken, I went to his house once, and he had a party with the most wonderful brews.
All the brews. The
Yeah.
good brews. Yeah?
Yeah.
From these breweries?
No, probably
Oh.
California breweries.
Oh, okay.
I'm guessing.
Makes sense. Kid knows the good brews. He says, shh, don't tell.
Oh, just kidding.
Don't talk about my good brews.
You have good taste. That's all I'm
Yes.
saying.
Mm-hmm. California has some good brew options.
Does.
We've got Anchor Steam here in San Francisco. It's pretty good option.
Oh, I bet there's some great options out here.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, it's kind of a intense shade there.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah, let's not do that.
And Caesar, we are in San Francisco, but Esri is in Redlands,
Redlands,
right?
California.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Awesome. So we are going to wrap things up for the day. Thank you so much, Sarah, for being here.
Thank you.
You did a great job first time live streaming.
Thank you.
Done. Only 2 more to go. Woohoo. Yes, we are in San Francisco. Please make sure to come back tomorrow, 9 a.m. with Justin Mazel. We're here 9 to 5, Tuesday through Thursday, featuring vector art. So stay tuned. Thanks so much for being here, everyone.
Bye.
Goodbye.